Hey, how you doing, boys and girls? Today I'm checking out something different as I am waiting for the Intel embargo to be lifted so we can start testing stuff. And I get my motherboard and my CPU and we'll do some testing on that. But what I have this week is something different, a keyboard I wanted to check out. So my keyboard that I typically use on my main rig is this Asus board that has the little screen in it because I liked that it had the GPU and the CPU temp. Now this thing was like 250 bucks when it came out. I think now it's down to $200. And I have a bunch of built keyboards that I use that are really expensive, and they're like all aluminum and heavy and weighted and all that good stuff, and cost way too much money. But I was just perusing through Amazon, and I found a keyboard for 39 bucks. And I just was curious to check it out because it had good reviews, and it was gasket mounted, and it is a plastic body, but it is this Epomaker EK98. This was not given to me. I just picked this up because I was like, this is so cheap that if it's decent, I'll throw it at like one of my work desks at my office and just use it. But it is a 98 key, 96% compact board with a numpad. It's got RGB and all that good stuff, works with Mac and everything else. It's wireless and has 2.4, Type C connection, so you can run it wired, whatever. But for the money, I couldn't turn it down because this was $89 I saw previously, and now it was listed at 39 bucks with like 1,000,000% off on Amazon. So it should still be up on Amazon's site. So let's check out this keyboard in this week's episode and see what we think. All right, so let's see what you get in the box with the EK98. So the packaging looks decent. The box isn't horrible. It doesn't feel AliExpress horrible, but it does have the AliExpress price, which is kind of nice. So it is south-facing LEDs. It is gasket mounted. It does take 3 or 5 pin hot swappable. It does have. It says PC plate. I guess that just means it's gasket mounted again. Type C wired Bluetooth and 2.4 dongle. So that's kind of nice. This is a 96% compact board. It feels a little heavier in the box than I imagine it's going to feel out of the box, but you open up the box, you get your instruction manual, which looks like it's in several different languages and has some of your like quick functions for Windows and Mac OS. It also shows all your Bluetooth, your connectivity, how you do all that stuff, and how you get this thing hooked up to your PC. And this might be nice for like 40 bucks. This would be great if you have like a, something that you need portable, that you want to take with you if you want like a decent keyboard if you're out traveling. So that's not hateful. It does go over like the pairing, wired mode, battery check, all that good stuff, and charging status. And then it has some stuff about the switches here, which does, I know, come with a variety of switches. Like I said, I did get this cheapest variety because I wanted to see what a $40 keyboard experience was like. So accessory box, you get your atypical white, Type C cable, which seems decent, and I have a drawer full of these from like all kinds of stuff that I never use. You do get a bag of spare switches, which is decent. So that's not hateful, and the switches, from what I can feel here, don't feel bad. And you do get a keycap puller, so and it's carbon fibre. Which it's not carbon fiber. It's just that plastic carbon fiber look straight from China to your home. But it is nice that it gives you this. I did see someone checking this out. So yeah, when you pull these caps, like the whole switch comes with it. It feels like the keys are really tight on this Epomaker switch, which honestly, I'm mildly pleased with these switches. They feel pretty good, and they definitely are pre-lubed. It is nice having south face, and it's nice it'll fit a different pin styles too. So the keycaps I know are not the highest quality, but they are thick. They feel pretty decent. The print on them actually is not hateful, because I believe these are not. I think these are die sub, not like double shot, whatever, blah blah blah. So let's pull this thing out of the case. Take a look at it. So there it is on the table. That's what it's going to look like on your desk. For $40, all this glory can be yours. It's not the heaviest keyboard in the world, but I will say, like, if I had to pick between this and like some, Logitech, like kind of e-waste or like, some standard ass keyboard, it feels pretty good. It does have rubber padding around the feet and here, so it keeps it stable. It does have like the 2 different levels of feet that you can bump out, and they do have rubber pads on them, which is kind of nice. And both sets have rubber pads, and then hidden away here, which I've not seen one hidden there before, is your dongle, which actually not bad because I have seen on like the TH80 and the TH80 Pro from them, it's just kind of stuck here, and I've seen them fall out before, and then you lose it. Fit and finish wise, it's not terrible. I noticed there's a little gap here I can see, but overall, this isn't bad. So, okay, so you got your lighting is on, when you kick this thing on, and I'm pretty sure its function in this button, yeah, goes to the lighting effects. So it looks like it does have a fair amount of, unicorn vomit attached to it. Backspace, I know we'll turn this off because I know that from the other boards that they make, and a lot of these boards from China are like that. But I guess the takeaway here is, so, listening to this board, that spacebar doesn't sound terrible, and all the keys that have stabilizers sound pretty good, and it isn't like an annoyance to type with. I think it feels okay. For $40, that's tough, man. This feels rather good, and you get an F row, you get your number pad. Everybody wants a num pad, especially if you work like in an office like I do. And I bought this just to kind of trash at my work. So I had like a keyboard that wasn't some terrible Dell e-waste $3 keyboard, and I had something that like I didn't mind working on as much. And for this money, for $39, this is tough. And it is not. It's got a little flex, but I mean, I can feel the gasket mount in it. It's decent. It sounds good. I'm going to use this for a week or two, and if it's trash, I will definitely say, hey, it's garbage. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of impressed. Like, this brand new, I think, was like, I don't know, $250 for this Asus board. Did I need it? No, not really. I just wanted something that had my GPU and CPU temp, which is cool. Thanks, Asus, for making that. It's pretty neat. And look, yeah, my PC's running nice and cool. So, my 14900K and the 4090 are chilling over there on a bunch of water. And yeah, I don't have that feature, but for me to just strictly work on or type with or whatever, I can't complain. This is pretty cool, and it is hot swap. It is affordable. If something happened to this, I could care less. For $39 on Amazon, yeah, this is a pretty damn good deal. Now, if it breaks in 2 weeks, I'll let you know. But overall, I'm pretty impressed for the cost. If you want something that's like sitting on your desk that looks decent, this is a good deal. Look, I put that there and relax, and that just sitting there, the aesthetic of this thing, it's a good looking board. It's got that retro look. You can put whatever keycaps you want on it. So if you wanted to like upgrade or play with it or put different switches on it, it could take on a whole nother look. $40, dude. So for $40, this kills a lot of the like gamer keyboards. Like, if you compare this to like a Red Dragon, say, like, this feels good. I'm pretty damn impressed for the money. So my overall review of this product, it's pretty damn decent for $39. So if you're interested and you want a decent board that's like affordable or something maybe for your backup rig, like I have a bunch of PCs in this room and they all have way better keyboards on them, but I can't complain. And I'm not a keyboard aficionado by any means. I do have some nice custom built boards, but I'm not into it. I don't have like 50 boards on the wall. I maybe have like, 10 or 15 keyboards that I keep laying around that I use for different things. And I have a decent board at work for my private office. But like up front, I wanted something for my front desk where I'm like sitting with the public that is not straight garbage. And this thing's pretty badass. I don't know. Unless it breaks in a week, I'm pretty happy with it. If this keyboard lasts like 2 years, I'd be pretty impressed. I mean, it's a good looking board. Taking a quick look at it, and like I said, Epomaker did not send me this board. There's no sponsorship or anything like that. I just wanted to check it out because I wanted to see in comparison to a $39 board to like a $200 board or even a $100 and up board how this thing feels. And I mean, it's a good looking keyboard for like gaming or like work or whatever. Like that's tough to beat. It does feel pre-lubed. I mean, the switches feel really good. That this is a decent keyboard for the money. I wouldn't know if I didn't pick this thing up and feel how light it was. If this was aluminum, this would be a sick board. Like this would feel really good. But honestly, you kind of can't beat it if you're on a budget. So that being said, I've had about enough of this thing, so I'm gonna take this thing away from you and wrap up with a couple notes, and we'll go from there. And see you in a second. So what is the takeaway here? A $40 keyboard off of Amazon would usually relate to something you would throw in a trash can. In this situation with this EK98, I can't really say the same. I mean, honestly, this is an attractive looking keyboard. It looks good. It's a little light for what it is, but most of these Chinese keyboards are, you know, if they're plastic, they're going to be lighter. The typing experience is very good, and I know I didn't do a typing test. I'm not into all that. I really don't care about it, but you know, sound wise, this thing sounds really, really good. I will say it's a good sounding keyboard. The gasket mount feels really nice. The keycaps are not hateful whatsoever. And for $39, it's like 50% off right now. I'd probably pick one up if you're looking for like a decent board, or if you have like, you know, say you have a gaming laptop or something and you want like a keyboard, this would be perfect option for that. If you want like a full-size board to take with you to travel or something, I would have no fear throwing this in a book bag or something. And if it gets broke, I really don't care. It was $40, so this is a decent deal. It's definitely way better than any of those like mushy, you know, crappy, like kind of Red Dragon-ish keyboards or like stuff that you see that's just like the starter kits on Amazon. So for $40, seeing that this was like at $80, this is a really good deal. I think they have one that was like $49, was like some different switches, but I listened to all those keyboards and they all sounded pretty similar. So not a bad buy. Moving away from this board, well, I just want to say one thing. Like, if you can spend like 200, 300, 400, 500 bucks on a keyboard, and unless it's like that's your hobby and that's what you're doing, put your money elsewhere. Put it in your PC, save for a graphics card, get a new CPU, get a better monitor, get a better mic, a better camera, whatever you're looking for, because you know the difference between this and this is crazy. Like, I mean, this board feels just as good as this like $300 board sitting here that is like, you know, custom switches and everything and all that crap. So if you're on a budget, you want something decent, looks good on your desk, this isn't a bad board from what I'm seeing right now and when I tested it tonight. Next thing coming up for me and for Optimized Hardware is going to be Intel's launch. I will have my board and my CPU this weekend. I will go do some bench tests. Maybe we'll go live and test some stuff out and look at like Cinebench and gaming and all that stuff. I'm not expecting a giant leap from the 14900K. In fact, I think there's going to be, you know, marginal loss of performance from what everybody's saying, but they're saying there's stability and no problems and the CPUs aren't just self-destructing. So we'll have to see. There's also some RAM. I know upgrades with the new Z890. We'll have to check out what that does, you know, and how it tests. So I'm also watching everybody else test. I'm really looking forward to Steve's testing. He had a video out just recently that was really good, you know, about what he's going to do. I know nobody can turn on the, you know, motherboards that are testers yet because of the embargo. But as soon as that happens, we'll get some info on that. I'll probably have something out for the weekend coming up here with the new Intel. So we'll see how that pans out. Other than that, I hope you guys had a good time just looking at some really cheap ass keyboard, which turned out to be pretty damn decent as long as it doesn't catch on fire and give me syphilis. I think it's a decent board. So hope you guys had a good time. Please go check out our group at Custom PC Builders. We have all kinds of cool stuff there. You can join our Facebook group and share your build, ask questions, get any advice you need if you're having trouble with your PC or software, or, you know, something's crashing out on you. People there are super helpful, and they got a great staff there, moderators and administrators that will, you know, make sure we take good care of you and everybody plays friendly. So thank you very much. I'd like to thank Ugreen as well. They help out our Facebook book group as well, and let's look out for that Intel launch coming up soon, and we'll have reviews coming out for that, and we'll catch you on the next Optimized Hardware. Have a good night and take care. We'll see you on the next one.